didn't want to go to those concerts. Now suddenly all of those homes are readily on the market and available for any shared housing opportunities, generating great income for the people in the neighborhood.
Fantastic. Yes.
So it kind of depends on what your goal is, and that's important. Like if you're going to do it like a business, run it like a business. Let's identify what areas are perfect for you. But they might not be the same, right? For whoever you're ideally trying to bring in. Also, the term, if you're around a hospital, like I said, I love working with people in the medical industry. Great time to get them in 2-3 months at a time for their residencies, like I said, visiting nurses, etc.
Yeah, right.
So that's not you know, sure, it's not in the middle of Gold Coast or some of these kind of more popular outgoing neighborhoods,
right.
But that's ideal for that location.
It's ideal for them, and it's in the neighborhood, and it's close to the hospital.
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is one aspect that I'd like to approach, and MK,
Yes.
there are some communities that roll out the red carpet.
They do.
There's some that are restrictive, and there's some that
Stay away.
stay away, okay? To me, we'll address this over here, but to me, it's incredible the stream of income that a municipality could have. Because basically, out of a house, there's property taxes, and that's how the municipality gets paid.
Sure.
The same asset can now generate occupancy taxes.
Absolutely.
Okay, so from the same asset, you're developing another stream of income for a municipality. A lot of municipalities are strapped, and can you
You're
give
also
us some
forgetting
examples?
kind of the most important part. With shared housing, it's about community, right?
Yeah.
So you encourage people when they stay there, where's your local coffee house?
Okay.
Who's your local vendor for whatever? You know, it's not to say anything negative or derogatory against kind of your big box stores, your chains, but it's really about reinvesting and living not like a neighbor.
Right.
I don't want to be a visitor in that community. I want to see what you have and what opportunities exist. And what best way is, and usually most of the hosts will have a recommendation guide.
Okay.
Where do you go? Where can I find local coffee? Not just my chains. I know maybe find those on Google. Who don't I know? Maybe there's something, Bob's Coffee House around the corner.
Okay.
Your local
Restaurants. Yeah, the independent.
Food, experience, exposure. These are all things that we are reinvesting in those communities that may not have your traditional investments. And the best part about it, when people think, so I'll tell you a true story, people think about shared housing only from the side of a visitor. Not true. I live here in Chicago.
Yeah.
That's me. You know, I'm by myself. I've lived in Chicago since I finished law school, running my practices. I have my nonprofit, so I'm here. But my family comes to visit, and we are not from Chicago initially. My actual housing isn't large enough for everyone.
Okay.
So what we do is I actually will find some shared housing location that's large enough
Close
for
to
all
you,
of us.
close to where you
Absolutely.
are. Okay.
We rent it out, we cook, we have our meals, we have dinners. We've done everything from local entertainment, meaning like bridal shower,
Okay.
baby showers,
Okay.
or sometimes we have just the girls go out.
Okay.
Leave the children at home, leave the fellas back.
Yeah.
And it's not some wild, crazy, you know, kind of outing that everybody will kind of think of when they think of kind of like Airbnb or shared housing or VRBO. It's not true.
Okay.
Often it's people who are local who don't have the space
Okay.
in their current residence.
Okay.
So it's a great way to find it. You'll also find Chicago has 77 neighborhoods. I believe.
77 neighborhoods.
77 neighborhoods. I believe there's Airbnb in every one of those 77. I could be wrong, but I'm sure there's some sort of shared housing, even if it's not on the traditional Airbnb platform. And it's, people say there's these terrible neighborhoods or this area or that area. What if I grew up in that neighborhood?
What if your family's in that neighborhood?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now I'm coming back with the kids, the husband, the cousins.
Yeah.
I want a location that's nearby.
Sure.
So the areas that are thriving with shared housing, it's not just the downtown, River North, the congested areas. So while those are fine areas when they are allowed, because there are some restricted areas. Like I said, places you can't show up.
Yeah.
You know, might be on the list. Buildings that don't want to welcome individuals, and it's usually they only want to penalize the bad neighbor.
Okay. All right.
Bad neighbor.
So the important part is if you're gonna have shared housing, be a good neighbor.
Be a good neighbor.
Be a good neighbor. Okay.
That's right. Recognize that other people live around, near, and with you, and they don't want to feel that they're being put out of their neighborhood by you. Right.
Right.
So that's kind of the biggest key. So this is a great way to use shared housing not only to supplement your own income, right? That you might have, even if you're on a fixed income. We have plenty of seniors that are living on fixed incomes, as well as we have young college students that are paying. I'm going to New York. It's the start on this 3-week trip to Africa.
Okay.
We're renting out a student's place tonight. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
it is
good.
beautiful and it's large. My brother's going to meet me there. Me and my boyfriend, family's flying in. Really excited about the places that we're going to be staying. Perfect location, affordable, and this gentleman, I believe, is study abroad this semester. So it's
Really?
a great way to pay for his travel.
Okay, and then he's got his place coming. You know, when he's done studying in some other country, he could come back and his house
Absolutely.
is intact and it's generating income while he's
The
gone.
whole time.
Okay,
Yeah.
what would you say? Do you know for the like right here, Chicagoland area? What would you say the hottest districts are, or hottest?
See, and that's hard to say because what's the goal, right? We have so many fabulous areas in Chicago.
Okay.
Are you trying to go out? What if you want to go to Second City? Right?
Okay.
That's totally different. The last one I rented was in kind of in the Roscoe Village area.
Roscoe
And that's
Village.
Not too far from where I currently live, my office. It was
Right.
perfect. It was quiet enough. And also one listing that we rented, we had children, because you want to see, you can use it for business. They
Yeah.
have them set up for business, for family, and they have some of the equipment. You need a crib, you have strollers. That's a nice area at the time. And when we were renting, they had young couples, children
Okay.
around, parks.
Yeah.
So it depends on what your ideal goal is.
Okay.
Are you the tenant staying? Like, are you the guest? Are you the host?
Mhm.
Who are you hosting for? Think about how Humboldt Park blew up, right? Meaning, at first, Humboldt Park wasn't really a go-to place. What they brought in was it Riot Fest?
It was a get out place.
When Riot
Yeah.
Fest came in.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
And everybody that wanted to go to those concerts. Now suddenly, all of those homes are readily on the market and available for any shared housing opportunities, generating great income for the people in the neighborhood.
Fantastic. Yes.
So it kind of
Fantastic.
depends on what your goal is, and that's
Mhm.
important. Like if you're going to do it like a business, run it like a business. Let's identify what areas are perfect for you.
Mhm.
They might not be the same, right?
Mhm.
For whoever you're ideally trying to bring in. Also, the term, if you're around a hospital, or like I said, I love working with people in the medical industry. Great time to get them in 2-3 months at a time for their residencies, like I said, visiting nurses, etc.
Yeah, right.
So that's not your, you
Yeah.
know, sure, it's not in the middle of Gold Coast or some of these kind of more popular outgoing neighborhoods,
Right.
but that's ideal for that location.
It's ideal for them, and it's in the neighborhood, and it's close to the hospital.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I actually had a family over here. The mother, the wife, was at residency at one of the hospitals here in Des Plaines or Park Ridge. Her husband was here, and he had 3 little kids here for a month. And it was, they loved it.
Yeah.
They loved it.
Oh,
The
I
kids, you know, they run around all over and stuff like that, but it was really good. So, well, listen, thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Thank you again.
Joey.
Hey, my friend. Hey, thank you for watching Real Estate Investing Mantra. If you liked it, like it, share it, and subscribe. We've got a lot more stuff coming down the pike. Thank you.